This video is produced in partnership with CounterPlay Games. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more Duelyst. My name is Twit. How you guys doing? And welcome to another solo challenge video. Now, I apologize in advance for this video and probably the next Duelyst video that you guys see as well. I actually broke one of my soft lights, so I don't have a chance to it's too dark in my room to use the green screen or to have the webcam on because I don't have the proper lighting in here. But we're gonna go ahead and do this anyway. Let's go ahead and hop on into it. Remember, if you guys want to play Duelyst as well, you want to join and be a part of the fun and download and play along with me, make sure you check the description down below. There is a link right down there that leads right to Duelyst. Remember, guys, that Duelyst will be available very soon on mobile devices as well. So that's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. So go ahead, get familiar with the game now, because I'm telling you right now, when the game drops on mobile, I'm gonna be on it all the time. I'm already on it playing it as it is, but I'm gonna be on it even more when the mobile game drops. I'm excited, or when the mobile version drops. I'm super excited. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the solo challenge. So today we are going to take on the fourth solo challenge tier here, the Realm of Dreams, which is pretty cool. So first up, we have the Lionar Swiftest of Movement, which the description of that says use celerity to defeat Calibero. I always say Caballero. To defeat Calibero in one turn. Let's go ahead and hop on into it and see what we can do. Alright, so this one is going to be pretty cool. We have to clear a path for our Azurite Lion. So we got to figure out what exactly that entails and take a look at how to do it. So take a look at the field here. We've got ourselves, or they've got themselves, a Zeal minion here, the Suntide Maiden minion, which at the end of the turn restores this minion's health to full, which is pretty ridiculous. Next up, he's got an Ironcliff Guardian here with airdrop, which of course means you can drop that minion anywhere on the field, which is pretty ridiculous, as well as Provoke. So it's an airdrop Provoke minion with 3 attack and 10 HP. That's a big old bad monster right there. That thing is hard to take down, so we got to figure out a way around that. Then next up, he's got an Arclight Sentio here, opening game, and give any nearby minion +2 attack but -2 health. Looking pretty good. So over on our side of the field, of course, there's Calibero right there. Over on our side of the field, we've got an Azurite Lion. There it is, the Celerity minion, which the Celerity ability allows you to move twice per turn. Will activate twice per turn, which is pretty nice. Then next up, we've got our Argeon High Main here, which is our general. And then next up, we have a Silverguard Squire sitting right in front of us, just like that, which is provoked currently. No abilities, but it is provoked by this minion right here, as is this. So we got to figure out exactly what we got to do. Take a look at our hand. We've got ourselves a Divine Bond, which gives a minion a plus attack equal to its health, which we figured that out like the last two solo challenges. We found out about Divine Bond, and you guys know it is a good spell card. Next up, we have War Surge, which gives all friendly minions +1 HP and +1 attack, +1 attack and +1 health, I should say. And then next up, we have a Sunstone Bracers, which gives our general +1 attack. So just looking at the field, just the general field right here, we have to figure out how to get this minion here, because it can attack twice, and there's absolutely no way we're gonna get our Silverguard Squire over here and have enough attack damage to get, to take down their general, especially getting through this Provoke minion here. We're not gonna be able to move our general that far. And now this has celerity, which means it can move twice. So now we have to figure out, do we attack this and lose lose a celerity minion? No, because we need to move twice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at these. We're gonna go ahead and drop the Sunstone Bracers. We're gonna give that to our general right here. Now we have +2 attack, we have +3 attack, I should say, or a total of 3 attack. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and drop the 1/1 Divine Bond for everybody here. Excuse me, that was not Divine Bond, that was called War Surge, excuse me. But it does give all friendly minions +1 and +1 HP, +1 attack and +1 health. I can't speak today, I apologize. But that's looking pretty good. So now this minion right here, this spell right here, we've got to figure out what exactly we want to do. Now normally, off the top of your head, you might be like, okay, well, if it can move twice, we want to go ahead and Divine Bond the Celerity minion that can move twice. That's actually not what we want to do, do here? What we want to do is take a look at Silverguard Squire here, right? Now, this might not be able to one-shot this Ironcliff Guardian, but we can do some things to get around it. So we're going to go ahead and Divine Bond our Silverguard Squire here. It's going to bring him up to 7 attack, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and attack it. We're not going to risk losing the Silverguard Squire here, which is nice. Then now he's only got 3 HP. We're going to walk up into the Ironcliff Guardian's face, attack it, and take it down just like that. We don't lose our general, only drops 3 HP. Now we're going to move our Celerity Azurite Lion here forward once and then forward again, because you see their general only has 3 attack. We only have 3 attack. We're going to attack him and take him down just like that. And like I said, it's a lot more simple than you would originally think it would be, because all you have to, you just wouldn't expect it. I know I didn't expect it. All right, so next up we have Abyssian Gifts Unforgiving. And the title of this, or the description of this, says use Dying Wish to defeat the Songhai General in 1 turn. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got to do here, what we got on the field here. Go ahead and start this particular solo challenge here. Alright, so we've got the enemy general right here. He's also got a Widowmaker, which is a ranged minion, which is pretty cool. And he has a Hammond Blade Seeker here, which at the start of your turn deals 2 damage to your general. Now, that is it's kind of a catch-22 type of card here, because obviously it's only a 5 mana cost card, but it does 8 damage and has 8 HP, so it's really hard to take down. But at the cost of what you take 2 damage to your general every single turn, every time it's your turn. So it can be kind of rough, kind of frustrating to deal with. But take a look at our side of the field. We have a Void Hunter here, which is a Dying Wish, which means draw a card when we die, as well as another Void Hunter on the other side. And again, we haven't really used the Dying Wish to its full effect, and we're gonna get a nice look at how to do that right now, because Dying Wish is really good if the Dying Wish is to draw a card, if the effect of that card is to draw a card when you die. Now, if you are building or playing a draw heavy deck, well, a deck that has a lot of draw power, that you need as many new cards as possible to keep your turn going, to keep minions on the field, to keep everything popping and always doing damage, Dying Wish is a great, or I should say Dying Wish drawing a card with the Dying Wish is really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what we got to do. Now, obviously, when we die, we draw a card, so we have to figure out how to get these 2 minions off the field so that we can get 2 new cards in the hand, because the only thing we have in our hand right now is a Saber Spine Tiger, which has Rush. It means it can move on the first turn that it's summoned. So we're gonna go ahead and move this thing forward here. We're gonna go ahead and attack the Hammond Blade Seeker, because we need to let this thing die, which is totally fine. We need to let it die so that we can get a new card. And what new card do we get? We get a Crossbones minion, which opening game it destroys 1 enemy minion with ranged, which is really nice. And of course, as you see, the Widowmaker here is a ranged minion, so we're gonna save that, and that's gonna be perfect for our next play. After that, we're going to move up with our next Void Hunter and go ahead and let him take that down so we can get a new card. But we also, in the meantime, get to take out his Hammond Blade Seeker as well. And with that draw, we get a Shadow Reflection that gives a friendly minion 5 attack, which is really good. Next up, we are going to take our Crossbones here, and we're going to drop this right here. And now this minion is the only one left on the field, first of all, but is a minion with range, so this works out perfectly with Crossbones. We're going to go ahead and destroy that minion right there. Then we're going to take our general and walk right up into their general's face, drop the Saber Spine Tiger right beside it, and because it has Rush, that means it can go ahead and attack on the first turn. But before we do that, we want to make sure we do enough damage to him, so we're going to take our Shadow Reflection, give it plus 5 attack to our Saber Spine Tiger here. Now we've got 8 attack, and we can go ahead and take this thing out. But we don't quite take it out with 1 shot. However, we still have 5 HP, which is going to bring us down to 3, and we're going to be able to take him out for the win just like that. So down with the Songhai right there. Not bad at all. So again, if you've got a really draw heavy deck, or if that's just like your playstyle, the Dying Wish cards in the Abyssian deck, or I don't know if they're specific to the Abyssian deck, because there are cards that are in certain starter decks that don't necessarily have to be in that deck. You can switch them and play them however you want. But if you are playing a draw heavy deck, Dying Wish, the draw a card for Dying Wish is actually really useful. Definitely helpful for sure. Alright, so next up we have the Magmar Shattered Memories solo challenge here, and it says use artifact destruction to defeat the Abyssian general in 1 turn. So artifact destruction, that sounds a little different from anything that we've done before. So let's go ahead and take a look exactly what we've got to do, because artifact destruction is brand new to the series so far, brand new to the solo challenges, at least up until this point, so it's looking pretty good. So let's take a look at the field, because there are a lot of things in the field here. So he's got a Gloom Chaser minion, which summons 1/1 Wraithling in a random space, in a random nearby space, which is pretty cool. He's got a Night Sorrow Assassin, opening gamut, destroy a nearby enemy minion with 2 or less attack. Right here, here's the Wraithling that this Gloom Chaser spawned, and we basically got the same identical thing on the other side here as well. But in the middle is where it changes up. We've got a Deathwatch minion here, which is the Blood Moon Priestess, which summons a Wraithling on a random nearby space. That's pretty cool. And then next up we have Black Soul's minion. When you summon a Wraithling, this minion gains +2 attack and +2 health. So that is a pretty scary field, not even including the fact that the general is right here as well. Bloodborne spell, summon 2 Wraithlings near your general, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And of course she has an artifact which is destructible here, which is a Spectral Blade, which gives your general +2 attack whenever your general destroys an enemy minion and restores 2 health to your general. So very, this is a big scary field right now, so you got to figure out how to deal with it. So up on our side we've got Phalanzar, which is a 6/1 minion, 2 mana, nice, a big bad minion right there. Can't take a hit though, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal. Next up we have Voth the Immortal, which is our general. And then next up we have the Rush minion, Elucidator, I believe, or let's give it Elucidator. There we go, Elucidator. Which is a rush minion with opening gamut, deal 4 damage to your general. So that again, it goes back to the whole, like, this is sort of a catch-22. It is a 4 mana cost minion. It does have rush, but it also comes with an opening gambit, which is not so good for you, but can still be pretty useful because it does have 5 attack and 4 HP, or 4 defense as well, which is pretty good. So take a look at what we got in our hand. We've got natural selection. Destroy any minion with the lowest attack or tied for the lowest attack. Any minion possible on the field. I'm pretty sure if you have a bunch of minions that are the same, see, like for example, both of these have the lowest attack right now on the field, so you could destroy either one of those. Next up, we've got a Rust Crawler minion, which destroys a random enemy artifact, which, hey, we've got a random enemy artifact right here, which is pretty nice. And you can attach more than 1 artifact to your general as well, which is pretty cool. But obviously she doesn't have it attached. She only has 1 Spectral Blade attached to her right now, which is alright. Next up, we have a Plasma Storm, which destroys all minions with 3 or less attack on the field. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minions right now we can take down with the Plasma Storm spell. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and drop, since we do have 9 mana. We've got some mana to spare here. We need to get through this, we need to get through all these minions. As you guys see, they all get taken down just like that. Now the only minion left on the field which has the lowest attack is this Black Souls minion. So we're gonna go ahead and natural selection the Black Souls minion. Go ahead and get that thing destroyed and out of the way. Then we're gonna walk everything up in her face just like this. Now before we attack, we can't just go on an attack here, because we will lose, because she does have 4 attack right now. So what we need to do is drop our Rust Crawler minion right behind us like that, destroys her artifact. Now she drops back down to 2 attack. We have 3 HP, which is perfect, so we're gonna go ahead and attack her with that. We're gonna go ahead and attack her with this, and we're gonna bring her down to the 2 HP that we need, just barely enough, just barely skating by with 1 HP left on our general. But we do take the win, and that's the important thing. We do take the win. Not bad at all, not bad at all. So next up, we've got Vitruvian. Bam, bam to the bone. Next up in the Dream of Realms here, or excuse me, I keep saying the Dream of Realms, the Realm of Dreams here. We've got the Vitruvian. Bam to the bone. And it says breakthrough provoked to defeat the Magmar general in 1 turn. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got to do, exactly how we do it. Now I said this before, Magmar is a big problem for some players. I know when I play online, Magmar, I run into this deck all the time. and this deck is just like I said in like the first solo challenge video, it's just sort of up in your face, like it's here to do damage, and it's well protected. As you guys see, it has 3 provoke minions here. It's got the rock pulverizer minion, and it's got 2 rock pulverizer minions, excuse me, and it's got a premise shield master. So it usually is pretty well protected. It's hard to get around the provoke minions, as well as Magmar tends to do a lot of damage, so it's kind of aggravating. But over on our side of the field, we have got ourselves 2 Orb Weaver Dervish minions here, and then we've got ourselves a blue tip Scorpion, which is in the back here, that does double damage to minions, which is nice. Now take a look at our hand. We've got ourselves a Frostbone Naga, which opening gambit deals 2 damage to all minions and generals around it, so that can be pretty helpful. Next up, we've got Astral Phasing here, which gives a friendly minion +5 health and flying. And of course, you guys know that flying means we can move whatever minion that we have anywhere on the board as long as it has flying, which is pretty cool. And then next up, we have Bone Swarm, which deals 2 damage to the enemy general and all enemy minions around them. So that's pretty cool. So first up, we're gonna go ahead and Astral Phasing our blue tip Scorpion here, because this is the one we need to get in the back. We need to get him in the back lines here. We're gonna go ahead and move him right over here, just like that. Move him right to the bottom right of the screen, just like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and take our Frostbone Naga. Now that we can actually summon something in this open space here, we're gonna take this Frostbone Naga, we're gonna drop it right there, deal damage to everything in the path, just like that, which is looking pretty nice, We're gonna go ahead and take this Orb Weaver here and attack this, attack the Premise Shield Master, because we need to move forward. We need to be able to take this thing and move it forward so that we can go ahead and attack the general here. Next up, we're going to take our general, and we're going to walk right forward in there, take him out. We'll take the 3 damage. It is totally worth it. It is totally worth it here. And then we're going to take the Orb Weaver here and drop it right on him, which is going to take out his last 2 minions here, which is nice. And then we're going to walk up, deal 2 damage with this, just like that, and we're also going to do the 2 damage to this. Now this might have been one of those that threw you for a loop, because the blue tip Scorpion says it deals double damage to minions, and you might have wanted to take out that what is that minion, the provoke minion that was there, I can't remember the name of the minion off the top, the rock something, but you might have the rock pulverizer. You might have wanted to take out the rock pulverizer with that minion right there, because it does double damage to the minions. But you don't always have to. Just because it does double damage doesn't mean you have to play the card the exact way that that it says that you have to play the card, which is pretty nice, because you can catch your opponents off guard. Pretty often you can catch your opponents off guard with that. Last but not least, we have the Realm of Dreams, the 4th solo challenge here. We are going to have Vanar, Approaching Cold. Use Rush to defeat the Magmar General in 1 turn. Now, before we get this one started, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, this was probably the hardest challenge for me to figure out how this worked. I remember originally doing this, and once you look at it, it's like, man, that was so easy to do. How did you get lost on that? But I'm gonna tell you right now, this was one of the most complicated tutorials, or one of the most complicated solo challenges for me to do originally when I first started playing Duelyst and started figuring this game out. This was the hardest thing for me to do, and I just because I didn't understand it. So that's why I am here to explain to you guys exactly what happens. So as you see, there are a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of minions on the field, and then we have our 1 general here with 1 HP, looking very scared, not sure what we're gonna do. We've got to figure out something here. But taking a look at the field here, he's got himself a Grimrock here. He's got 2 Grimrocks, and then he also has 2 identical sides of the field here, which is an Earthwalker. He's got a young Silithar, excuse me, and then he's got a Komodo Charger as well, and it's basically the same thing, mirror on the other side. And then we also have a Maw minion, which opening the game it deals 2 damage to an nearby enemy minion. He's also got the same thing, so that means we have nothing on our side of the field. However, again, this was one of the most complicated things that I ever had to learn in this game, and I spoke about this, I believe, in the 2nd solo challenge tier. It might have been the 2nd or the 3rd, but I spoke about this in a previous video where, obviously we cannot summon, for example, we can only summon this minion in these 3 spaces right here. So we have to figure out how to get this minion all the way over here to his general to kill him. And this is, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I can't get over how frustrating and how tough this actually was for me when I originally did it. This was definitely a really hard solo challenge to do, especially not knowing really that much about the game. Even at this point, when I played originally, I was still unsure as to how to do this because I wasn't that sure of the game. But what we have to do is we have to use what we have. You have to use basically the tools that we have, the cards that we have, to make it to where this minion can summon all the way over here. So let's take a look at what we have in our hand. Obviously, we have the Saber Spine Tiger with Rush, which means we can move on the first turn that it's summoned. Then we have Bone Chill Barrier here, which summons 3 joined O2 Vesper minion walls, which have these and the walls have stunned, or are stunned, I should say. And then we have a Crystal Wisp here, which is a minion Dying Wish, permanently gains 1 mana crystal, which is pretty cool. So we need to move all of these as far over here as possible. So how we're going to do that is we're going to take our general right here and walk up 1 space. We're going to take this Crystal Wisp here and we're going to drop it right here, because as you guys saw before when we tried it with the Saber Spine Tiger, because our general was in this spot right here, we can only summon here, here, and here. Oh, I don't want to attack. We can only summon here, here, and here, and that was an issue. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and drop this Crystal Wisp right here, just like that. And then this is the part that you might not understand, especially in the beginning, but it does summon 3 0/2 Vesper walls, which minions that attack these walls are stunned. That's what I meant to say before. So it does spawn 3 of them. So what we need to do is there's 3 empty spaces right here, and now that we have this this Crystal Wisp right here, we have access to this, at least this one right here. So what we can do is we can take this and summon it right there, and it's going to summon another one here, and it's going to summon another one here. Ah, look at that. See, it seems a lot more simple when it's like explained like that versus doing it on your own. At least for me it was. And now we have access to this space as well as this space. As you know, also we can take our Rush minion and drop it right back here. And look at that. Now we can walk up, because these are not provoke minions here, and take him down just like that. So look at the how we moved across the board. We had to use those 3 walls just to get to the other side of the map. But again, this is one of the really cool things about Duelyst, is that you can traverse the map at, like, you know, easily if you have the right cards to do it. You're not stuck into just one specific area of the board, unless you've got, unless you don't have the cards for it, you didn't have the proper draws or whatever. But that's one of the coolest things about about this entire situation, or about this entire game, is that there are different things that you can do. And like I said, that was literally the hardest solo challenge, at least up until this point, that I had to figure out. It was so frustrating, and I remember streaming it. It was so frustrating to figure out exactly how I was supposed to get all the way over there and do that. But it is what it is, and we've got it done today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button down below. I would really appreciate it. It does help out the channel and the series itself, and of course, support is muchos gracias, apreciado. But with that being said, I will catch you guys all in the next solo challenge video here for Duelyst. And remember, if you guys want to play, you can check the description down below. The links to download the game and everything will be down there, as well as get the game soon, very soon, on mobile. I'm so excited, and I cannot wait for I can't wait for the game to be on mobile. I want to play it so bad. So if you guys are interested, make sure you check the description down there, and we'll see you guys in the next one. As always, though, it has been Twit, and I'm out. Peace!